Charlie Dent has taught, and the Morning Call has accused him of this, of playing word games with his support for privatization. He wanted to take your Social Security check and gamble that on Wall Street. Imagine, with the 40% losses in Wall Street over the course of the last 3 years, what would have happened to your Social Security benefits. I don't know anybody in this room that's on Social Security that could get by with 40% less than what they're getting right now. I've been endorsed by the National Committee to Preserve Social Security and Medicare. They've endorsed me, and they too have called out Charlie for his role in promoting privatization. Charlie Dent talked about supporting John Boehner as the next Speaker of the House. John Boehner wants to privatize Social Security. John Boehner wants to take the retirement age and move it to 70%. And John Boehner wants to take Medicare and make it a voucher program. He wants to take the seniors, send seniors out in the street to compete with a voucher for medical insurance in this country. Folks, those are not my priorities. That's not the direction that we should go in this country. What we need to do in this country to shore up Social Security is get a handle on our debt and deficits. No more bailouts. Institute pay-as-you-go principles in this country. In DC they call it pay-as-you-go. Here in the Lehigh Valley we call it common sense. We need to, again, end the bailouts. We need to reward innovation, and finally, we need to freeze spending. There's a lot of folks sitting around the kitchen table in the Lehigh Valley right now trying to figure out what they can and can't do without. And I think that same conversation needs to be had in Washington, D.C. Charlie Dent has supported $3 trillion in new debt, and he's tripled the national deficit, making it very hard for us to shore up Social Security.
You're entitled to your own opinions, but you're not entitled to your own facts. You have made several charges tonight that are simply false about deregulating Wall Street. I was not in Congress when some of those bills were brought up, but you continue to make that statement, which is absolutely untruthful. You stated that I have supported privatization. I have never supported privatization. You cannot find any bill that I have ever supported on privatization of Social Security. I oppose it, and I support protecting Medicare. It is the mayor who supported cutting $500 billion out of Medicare to create a new entitlement program. And I can assure you that hospitals, skilled nursing facilities, and many seniors, particularly those on Medicare Advantage, will be negatively impacted. We have a deficit commission that the President has authorized or commissioned that's going to deal with the issues of entitlements, and they're going to make recommendations to us in December. But we do have real challenges, particularly with Medicare and Medicaid. On the entitlement side, we have to deal with it, not put our heads in the sand. And by the way, Mr. Steny Hoyer, the majority leader of the House, came with John Callahan. He endorses raising the retirement age. He has said it. When he talked about John Boehner, Mayor Callahan wouldn't even address the issue of who we would vote for Speaker during our last debate. He wouldn't answer the question. Very important vote in the first vote. But I think we have to have a very honest discussion. We can talk about pay-as-you-go. Well, the stimulus bill, $862 billion, more than $1 trillion of the financing, it wasn't paid for. They waived the rules on pay-as-you-go. Every time they want to do something, they call it an emergency, or they waive the rules, and they run up debts. They simply want pay-as-you-go to raise taxes. They want to basically increase taxes permanently so that we can pay for current tax law. That's what they're doing with this. It's a charade, and we all know it. Again, I oppose privatization. I want to make sure Social Security is there for you and for the next generation, as well as Medicare. We need it. And we have to have an honest conversation about that, and I look forward to receiving the findings of the President's Commission.